the whole country is talking about what happened in Minnesota with the shooting with Renee Good and this officer. And the big debate is all about who's in the wrong here, mostly because a lot of the footage makes Renee look good and a lot of footage makes the officer look good. So I'm gonna get into all that today and answer the 6 big questions a lot of people want to know about this case. And we're gonna end on a positive note. All this and more on Peter's political perspective. All right, so let me dive in today. The 6 questions that I'm going to be answering are: did the officer get hit? If so, was it intentional? Did she drive around him? Was she trying to kill him? Is it his fault for blocking Renee? And are his actions legally justifiable? And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because it seems to be something that's going to be lingering in the news for quite a while, probably weeks. Again, because there's a lot of proof on both sides, but it's basically from what perspective, what angle you're looking at it. So I had a comment by MJ Ball 44 Versal 57, which I wanted to address, and that's what this whole episode is about. He said, Renee Good tried to drive around the ICE agent. We're going to address that. The agent was overbearing, trying to block Renee, putting himself in harm's way, blaming Renee, and using deadly force when it wasn't necessary. The agent should have got out of the way and let Minneapolis police handle Renee Good. Okay, you make some solid points here, okay? And I'm going to answer all these questions the most unbiased way possible, okay? Yesterday, Grok was claiming that the officer did not get hit. So to answer the first question, did the officer get hit? Let's show you the footage.
Out of the car.
So as you've seen 2 videos just now, both of them clearly show the officer getting hit. So as the question of did he get hit, the answer is yes. Now you might be wondering, but why do people claim he didn't get hit? Because the best footage, some of the best footage, in fact most of the footage, does not show the officer getting hit. What happens is that there's an officer in front here, and the officer that's getting hit is behind, and a lot of the camera angles are coming from this angle. So I'm going to show you this picture here, and as you can see in this picture, there's 2 officers next to the car, but the officer that's getting hit is behind the other officer. So from many angles, including this angle, which is a video that went viral, it looks like no officer is getting hit in this video. It looks like that. In fact, it looked like that so much that when I first saw this video, I thought it was a completely different event because it looked so different from the video I saw. I thought it was something completely different. I was like, oh my gosh, was there 2 shootings? But actually, it's just that there was really bad camera angles that really made it look like the officer didn't get hit. And not only that, that he was like acting violently. And so some of the videos that you'll see will make the officer look good. But if you look at all the videos, you see there's a more balanced perspective. Did he get hit? Yes, absolutely. Although some videos make it look like he did not get hit at all, or he got lightly brushed. As you see in the videos, he got hit. If so, was it intentional? Now, as you can see this Matt Walsh post, she is looking at him when she slams the gas. So was it intentional? Considering she could see him, he's right in front of the car and she slammed the accelerator, I would say yes. To be fair, according to this image that I have here, he did pull out his gun before she hit the gas. So she could have been panicked. She could have hit the gas because she thought she was going to be shot at and killed, to be fair. And so it could have been a reaction. So do I think she was intentionally trying to hit him? Because she saw him because he was pulling out a gun, because she was aimed right at him and she hit the accelerator. I would say yes, it was intentional. Did she drive around him? Now this part is, because the wheels was turning, this part I can't say with 100% confidence. It could be one of 2 things, most likely. One, she was trying to escape. I think everyone agrees with that. The question is not whether she was trying to escape. The question is, was she trying to hit him on the escape? According to MJ Ball, it says she was trying to drive around the ICE agent. That is just false. She was looking at the ICE agent and she hit him. That's in the footage by the ICE agent who literally filmed the event. So best footage possible, okay? So clearly she was trying to hit him. It was intentional. I think she was trying to escape, but if I seeing that she's definitely a power tripper, I think she was trying to hurt him a little bit. I think she was intentionally trying to hurt him, and she's like, I'm gonna bonk him, I'm gonna hit him on the way out because I don't like these people. That's my take on it. She's a power tripper and she wanted to hurt him. I don't think. Now the next question is, if was she trying to kill him? No one's making this claim, but I just want to debunk right now. No, Renee Good was not trying to kill him. More some extreme people in the red trying to claim that. Yes, driving a car into an officer does make you a criminal. It does, in a sense, make you like a domestic terrorist. So despite the fact that she was not trying to absolutely murder him, and the reason I know for a fact she was not trying to murder him is she was a mom. Why would a mom with kids who has to like protect and take care of those kids go out and just like murder an officer? It makes no sense. So I don't think she was trying to kill him, but seeing as she looked at him and grinned and hit the gas pedal, I think she intentionally was trying to hurt him. And that was not very smart, obviously. Is it his fault for blocking Renee? Now this part, I'm not an expert in, but here's my take. If he did not block the car, he would not get hit, she would not get shot, she would have not died. So this is a point that MJ made. The agent was overbearing, trying to block Renee, putting himself in harm's way, blaming Renee, and then using deadly force when it wasn't necessary. This did cross my mind, and it is a valid point. The agent was in front of the car. The agent didn't have to be in front of the car. And if the agent wasn't in front of the car, he wouldn't got hit. He put himself in harm's way. And from that angle, I get that. He was the provoker from your perspective, MJ Ball. But from my perspective, she was the provoker, okay? This is what happened. She had 100 followers on social media. She's trying to build up her following. She wanted to get some likes, and she wanted to make a video at the expense of hurting some officers, creating some chaos, disrupting some patriots who are trying to make the country safer. That was not a good idea. Is it whose fault is it? Is it her fault for hitting him and trying to escape and get out of the way? Is it his fault for being in the way? The way I look at it, and I'm almost totally positive about this, is that it is standard protocol in these situations for ICE agents actually to get in front of the car. This is my take on it. I could be wrong. Reason being is they are actually trying to trap the car. And yes, it is true that there is a little bit of a threat of, I'm an officer and I'm in front of your car. So if you hit me, you're going to get in very big trouble, and I could also shoot you. There is that implied threat. And that is literally why the officers will get in front of the car. Officers don't get in front of cars because they want to get run over. They're risking their life getting in front of the car, knowing full well that car could random hit them, like which would happen with this officer. But they do it because that's part of the job. I'm pretty sure that's part of the training. It's literally surrounding the vehicle is literally the training. So did he put himself in harm's way? Yes. Is it his job and is his duty and is it protocol to do that? 99% sure, yes. So he did put himself in harm's way, but it was his job. He's being paid to do that. And then another thing, what MG Ball says, was a deadly force necessary? It is possible had he not shot her, she could have ran him over and killed him. It is also possible had he not shot her, she could have run over and killed other people. So as soon as you start acting like a domestic terrorist, I'm not saying she was innately a domestic terrorist. I think Renee Good was a good person, honestly. And I actually respect her social justice stuff to a certain extent. I think innately she was a good person. Innately, I respect that she was fighting for justice. But I think she was very misguided and she was fighting for the wrong justice. I think she was a good person, trying to be a good person, going out there passionately talking, protesting her beliefs. But she was misguided and did it in a very violent, aggressive, illegal way. And it's very unfortunate. But the fact is, this is her fault, okay? She was the one breaking rules. She was the one, she broke, like, they were estimating 3 to 6 laws, several federal crimes. And she rammed an officer, a patriot, who was protecting our country, trying to make the country safer. So as soon as you start acting like a domestic terrorist, deadly force is necessary. And that sounds real messed up, considering, again, I do think this is an innately good person. Maybe she was really possessed by demons and misguided and doing horrible stuff. I think innately she was a good person. So it's messed up to say this, but look, she needed to be shot, okay? And I wish it wasn't that case, but in that situation, if I was the officer, I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, here's a situation where if he does not shoot her, the first shot, maybe in the first one that killed her, was right through the windshield. So he was right in front of the car. She drove at him. Had he not shot her, she could have kept her foot on the pedal and drove right over him and killed him. That's my perspective on it. So if we're getting to the point where we have to decide whether a patriot is going to survive or potentially a domestic terrorist, again, a good person, but was acting like a domestic terrorist, I would prefer the patriot stays alive. Then again, you could argue, well, he wasn't going to die. True, but again, she was driving around hitting officers, okay? I think the silver lining here is let this be a lesson for anyone who wants to get social media likes by blocking ICE officers. These are armed officers and they will kill you if you try to attack them. This is not a game. This is not a social media post. This is real life. Trump has got 3 million, almost 3 million criminals outside the country in less than a year. And of those, tens of thousands were really evil, horrible murderers and horrible, horrible, horrible criminals, the worst. Tens of thousands. Here the Trump administration is trying to get tens of thousands of criminals outside the country. And Renee Good, although her intentions were probably very good, and she was fighting for justice, and I respect that, fact is, this is not how you go about producing justice. I'm a social activist too, but I post stuff on X. I don't go out to the most dangerous area of Minneapolis in a car and start trying to bash into federal agents. This is not social justice. This is not protesting. This, unfortunately, is domestic terrorism. Again, I think she went out there to peacefully, I guess. I think she never went out there to harm anyone. I think her whole intention was to block the ICE, do a video, and get social media and get likes. She never intended to hurt anyone until she started power tripping and she's like, I'm going to hit this ICE agent just because I like having a car and I'm powerful. Or maybe she felt threatened because he pulled out his gun and she's like, oh my God, he's going to shoot me. Knock him down quickly. We don't know for sure, but here's what I do think. The officer could get hit? Absolutely. Was it intentional? She looked at him and smiled. Yeah, it was intentional. Did she drive around him? It could be she got shot and then in the shooting she was like falling over and the wheel turned. I don't know. I think that she was trying to escape while hitting him at the same time. That's my take on it. Not trying to kill him. She was trying to drive into him while getting away. That's my take on it. Was she trying to kill him? Absolutely not. I don't think she intended to hurt a single person that day, honestly. Is it his fault for blocking Renee? No, he was doing his job. And are his actions legally justifiable? Yes, and it's probably a good thing that he killed her. As messed up that is, because in that situation, it could have gotten worse. He could have died. She could have killed more people. Anyone who's power tripping and acting recklessly to the point where she's driving around hitting people, that is an extreme danger to society. And unfortunately, he had the right call and he did the right thing. On the silver lining here, some people were getting very upset because they did a GoFundMe for the family and it raised over $1 million, I think 1.5 million. And they're like, well, she attacked the officer. She shouldn't get a GoFundMe. She's not getting the GoFundMe, people. This is going to her children. And I would actually urge Republicans and Democrats, everyone to actually donate to this fundraiser, because Renee Good is not a bad person. I think she was possessed by demons and misguided and reckless, and totally crazy, not smart at all. But I don't think she was a bad person innately. I think she was a good person, passionate about justice. She wanted to show people, hey, we can stand up to these ICE agents. We can stand up to injustice. And I respect that. Not a bad person. Very sad to see her go. It's a mom. If you do support that fundraiser, you can Google it. I'm not going to put the link in my description because I'm not that supportive of it. But if you did want to support it, Republican, Democrat, I think it's a good idea. Money will go to the family and the kids, hopefully. And honestly, they do need that right now. I feel horrible for the kids. I feel bad for Renee and also the officer. It's just a tragedy all around. But let's stick to the facts here, okay? Let's stick to the facts. Now, Grok has been behaving very, very bad today, interrupting me constantly when I tried to film. And when I did ask for Grok's advice, Grok was just mumbling a bunch of nonsense. So let me ask Grok one more time what its take is on all this and see if we can get a smart opinion out of it. So, Grok, I was talking to the audience here in my talk show about how I believe that in the Minnesota, constantly interrupting me. How I believe the officer did get hit in the Minnesota shooting. I believe Renee did do it intentionally. I think she was trying to drive around him, but also hit him at the same time. I believe she was not trying to kill him. I believe that it is Renee's fault because he was doing his job blocking the car. The officer was doing his job blocking the car, which is part of protocol. And I think his actions are legally justifiable. But what is your take on this whole situation, Grok? Because I do want to get your input on this.
Here's my straight take after reviewing all the latest angles, including that officer's cell phone video from yesterday and the breakdowns today. Yeah, Renee accelerated intentionally. She knew the officer was there, looked right at the situation, and punched it to get out. Her wife yelling, "Drive!" didn't help de-escalate. But hit him? It's murky as hell. The feds and some experts like Frank Piazza say yes. There's a jolt in the phone video. The officer yells, "Whoa!" or "Oh!" and slow-mo shows the bumper clipping his leg enough to stagger him. That's why they call it self-defense against a vehicle weapon. On the flip side, CNN, NYT, WAPO analyses say she was turning away. No clear knockdown, maybe no real impact at all, just close enough to scare him. The phone angle doesn't fully capture the contact point, and the car keeps going without him falling. Officer blocking the car, he put himself in front by circling with gun drawn first. That escalated everything fast, and critics are right that tactics look questionable. Filming one-handed, no body cam, quick draw. Bottom line, she wasn't innocently sitting there, but deadly force in split seconds over a possible brush feels excessive to a lot of folks. No one's narrative is fully clean here. Panic on her side with guns out, fear on his with the car coming. Investigation's ongoing. FBI has the car now, so more forensics might settle the hit question. What's your read on the jolt in that cell video?
I just have one last question for you, because this is one thing I'm not totally certain of, but I do want a quick fact check on this. So fact check this one quickly for me, Grok. Isn't it protocol for the officers to surround the vehicle, even including getting in front of the vehicle? Isn't that protocol to trap the vehicle into the one that they're trying to, they're trying to arrest these people?
Shoot, hit me with it. What's the protocol you're thinking of? Like, is it standard for officers to step in front of a vehicle with gun drawn, or not to shoot at moving cars unless it's life or death? From everything out today, most local police departments strictly warn against both. Don't position yourself in the path of a car. Creates the danger yourself. And don't fire into moving vehicles because it's ineffective and risky. Bullets might not stop it, and you endanger others. ICE DHS policy is a bit looser. They restrict shooting at vehicles, but allow it if there's imminent threat of serious injury or death, like if the car's truly weaponized against you. Experts are ripping the tactics here, saying the agent escalated by circling to the front one-handed while filming, basically blocking her way. So if your question is, isn't it protocol not to do what this officer did? Yeah, for a ton of agencies, it absolutely is. What's the exact part you're unsure on?
Okay, so basically it was not technically protocol. I thought it is. Again, was this an ICE officer or was this a normal officer? Do you know what type of officer he was and exactly what the protocol is for that type of officer?
It was a federal ICE agent, part of Immigration and Customs Enforcement under DHS, not a local Minneapolis police officer. That's why the protocol differs from what most city cops follow. Local departments usually have strict rules. Don't step in front of a moving vehicle, avoids creating the danger yourself, and don't shoot at one unless there's another deadly threat, like a gun pointed at you. Because bullets rarely stop a car fast and it escalates risks.
Okay.
But for ICE and D...
Cool beans. Gotcha. Thanks for fact checking that one, Grok.
What's in clean?
So it sounds like to me, based on the fact checking, it wasn't protocol to stand in front of the car, so I'm being fact checked on that one. But there was no protocol against it either. So I guess there was nothing. He was just winging it, and maybe ICE agents need more protocols because maybe he didn't know what to do. It is a tragedy all around. But again, like I said, because there's so many video angles showing the officer look like a bad guy, generally speaking, it's easy for people to rally for Renee Good. So I do think the left and Democrats are going to use this video and use this event for their political advantage, to score political points, to be like, hey, look, Trump is bad, ICE is bad, blah, blah, blah. Because this is what they've been wanting for a long time. They want proof. In this case, they have video proof, or in this case, video angles that really look like ICE and the administration are being evil and bad and thugs and gangsters. So they're going to use this. It's probably going to do a cycle for a few weeks and not a few months, and it's going to linger for a while. So I just want to address it and make a video about it now. Not a topic I'm most passionate about talking about, honestly, but it is on everyone's mind. I did have a very respectful comment by MJ Ball about it, and I did want to address that. Thank you. Those are the comments that I appreciate. Comments that disagree with me but are very respectful and are very clear. And so let me know if you agree in the comment section or you disagree. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with Grok's take? Do you agree with my take? I'd like to hear. I'll see you guys on Monday. Looking forward to talking to you guys and share more politics. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace out.